we are fastened down onto the frog tape here. And I think we are ready to spray with the dark gray. Now as for these ones, I've got a plan. And the idea is, if I hold them by hand, by the toothpicks, then I can sort of twist them around and spray front and back. The problem is, I know that the spray is going to knock them off. So I'm thinking if I was to put a little tiny drop of CA Thin on the wood just above the part, it should wick its way down and cause the photo etch to adhere to the wood. Now, that's the plan. Okay, we're zoomed right in. Now I didn't see it wick in, but I think it probably did. So yeah, I guess when I edit this scene I'll be able to see it. Now there is very subtle differences between these two. They look the same at first glance, but apparently they're different. That's why they're given two different numbers. This one here is called B20 and the other one was B19. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to shorten the toothpick on B20. Okay, so I'll know that B20 is this one. We have used the gray primer, I'm pretty sure, and I know we've used the black primer. So I think it's time we tried out the white primer to see how it looks. I'm just going to go ahead and use it. I'm not going to video it, but we'll take a close look at it afterwards. Okay, I changed my mind. I'll try and keep this short. Why do I have to video everything? I think I put it on too thick. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. I had been hoping that the primer would have covered the damage that we have on the end of that part, but it doesn't look like it did. It's possible that the dark gray will. I'm not going to give up on it yet. Now as for our ladder, and it's the one that's furthest away from you, well, it's probably going to be okay. Now this is the one that I thought possibly got painted too heavy, and it did. It looks good on the front, but if we swing it around and look on the back, you're going to see where the primer was actually pooling on top of the part there. Yeah, I'm not sure what was going on, but didn't do a very good job. I guess I didn't do a very good job. We're all cleaned up here again. And I guess now we should try and see if we can get these little pieces off of the masking tape without bending them all out of shape here. And it'll be interesting to see just how well these are going to come off with the toothpick and how much of the toothpick is going to stay stuck on the photo etch. That was something that I didn't really do too much considering of when I did this. However, I think if we're really careful, we're not going to wreck anything. Okay, this is the one that we sort of bent, and this part is already up. And this is the first time that I'm really relying on this frog tape to let go just a little bit more easily than the regular masking tape. Now I do want to be careful when I'm picking it up because I can scrape the paint off with these tweezers. Maybe I should have been using my rubber tipped ones. Okay, now that's the underside, so naturally it's not going to look good. I'm always afraid of squeezing too hard. That's why I keep dropping this stuff. So what is that looks like it's adhered to the bottom of the... Is that tape, or is that masking tape, or is that... No, you know what that is? That's the white... That's the white primer. That's what that is. Okay. Now you're going to notice in some of these shots. Okay, that's where the bend is. You can see it. That the photo etch has been, sort of a natural kink is right there. Anyway, you're going to notice in some of these shots that the sound will change. In other words, the background sound, the ambient sound that's going on. And what happens is sometimes my fridge is going in the kitchen, which is right behind me, and sometimes it's not. Right now it's not going. So it's nice and quiet. Now I should be able to grab hold of that here. Now here is where there's a lot more area where the adhesion was going on, so it's going to want to stick just a little bit harder. That was coming pretty good. And here again, we're at the natural bend. It's going to want to easily bend up right there. And I'm going very, very carefully and slowly for the rest of the way. Let's just turn that over and see what it looks like on the other side. Okay, yeah, I don't see any masking tape. Now I've been thinking of getting a different macro lens. And the macro lens I'm thinking of, well, first of all, this one goes down to what is known as 1:1. In other words, the size of the object that we're focusing on will be the same size on the sensor of the camera. But there's more powerful ones out there. they'll go down to, 3, 4, 4.5 times more powerful. So I can move in a little closer. The problem is with them is that they are extremely difficult to focus. And also it's about $400 American. So okay, these ones here, I have to be a little more careful. They're a little bit longer, and this is the end here that was damaged. We'll try and lift that up. Without bending it more worser. We'll take a close look at that damaged part later. Yeah, I don't know. I've got that. Oops, wrong ones. I've got that white primer there. Maybe the white was. Now, speaking of white primer, does anybody know what white primer is actually good for? Because I don't like it. Anyway. Now on this piece, the damaged end is on this end here. Now I moved in here about as close as I can get here, and I think if I put a gentle twisting motion on it, I should be able to just sort of break it loose. Now very carefully here. Don't want to move this out of your field of view. I do believe it's loose. Maybe, so let me check the monitor here. I want to make sure I still have it in the field of view here. Oh yeah, we did pretty good. Wonder if I was to loosen this. Twist it some more here. Could it be slid off maybe? Okay, now this is supposed to bend anyway, so that's all right. That's okay. Well, you know what? I think you get the idea. I'm going to hold this just a little bit differently. You know what? I wonder if I was to grab this end with a pair of rubber tweezers, maybe I could just pull it off. Just let me reposition everything here. Now I still have to be careful here, because even though these are rubber, they will scrape the paint off. Oh my, I did damage it already. That is, I damaged the paint. Okay, I'm going to take them off of the alligator clip here and just do it off camera. Okay, if I watch what I'm doing here, this should sort of work. There we go. There we go. That's number 2. Okay, I know this is upside down for you. However, these have to be bent into a shape that looks something like this. That should be easy. You know what? I don't think I'm going to need Andy's bending tool for this one. These are going to bend so easy. In fact, they're going to bend so easy that it'll probably be easy to accidentally damage them. Why do I have to keep poking? Okay, stupid me. When I took them off the toothpicks, I got them mixed up. But you notice this particular one here. Oh, by the way, both of these are indented at the folding point, so that if I hold the main part down and fold the wings up on both of them, they'll fold the right way. But anyway, you'll notice here that this one here has a little bit of an angle cut off at 45 degrees, and on this one here, it's right there. And if you notice on the diagrams, it's a little bit different. Yeah, I don't know why it is, but I think I can figure it out from there. It might have something to do with the way other parts will fit in conjunction with this when we assemble everything all together. Anyway, let's see if I can hold this down without marking it. I'm not going to use this. Okay, what I've done is I've taken a little piece of foam here and I've CA glued it onto the end of a toothpick, and I think I can use that to hold this down, and then this should just lift up at right angles to everything. Doesn't seem to want to go. Seems to be a little bit of resistance there for the last little bit of the bend. It could be that the paint and the primer has filled in the sort of like the little gap there where it naturally wants to bend. Now I do believe, let's see if I turn this around here. Okay, I do believe that this corner right here has to be glued together. I guess I was getting in your light there, sorry about that. Maybe I should be using a toothpick. It won't scratch it as easily. Okay, I'm going to see if I can't just glue these together here. Let's see if the other one goes any differently or if it feels the same. No, it seems to want to stop right there. Doesn't want to go the rest of the way. I'm sure I'm bending it the right way. Getting kind of a bow in this one piece here. I don't want that. Mind you, once again, nobody's going to see it. Okay, so using my special needle here, I want to apply just a little bit of CA medium along this corner here, and also that one. And then the same on this piece right here. No, I'm pretty sure that's filled in the gap there. Now, I don't know how long this video is, but it's probably well over 20 minutes now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the other 3 corners the same way. And I'm going to have to say thanks for watching. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.